Kajtukpana oder Quayet, sag mal.
Dance atop the world in a tree. House don't fall. Shake the leaves. Dogs still bark. A little light when it get dark. Build, start again, wipe the slate clean, change your pen, lie to all your friends, say hey, we can meet again.
Panapang tu pandak masing. Meleba macai kuci. Paku kuning. Walau tu saya udah berpun yang biar terbersang. Falling off your flowers. Change the world. Try to save the girl. Fail after you try again and again and again as many times. Be wary, it gets scary way up high. Already quite contrary, we're under the sky. Panapang tu pandak masing. Wait na photo, wait ya long pe. Ai long tao ya kai chờ.
raya dah ke? Kira udai. Ini buku keke. Baik tu, baik berapa?
Dance atop the world in a tree house. Don't fall, fall madly in love. Spread your wings, fly away through the clouds like a pair of doves. Be wary, it's not that scary when you're up this high. With Mary, quite contrary, we'll fly to the sky. We can 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 fly to the sky.
Panapang tu kepada mazeng. Tengi kulu. Iku puau yama, olu nagatak. Tapandang wema bumur tewal.
Alright, welcome back guys, and I hope that you enjoyed that video that you just saw, How to Build a Treehouse by Gavin Mendonza. A little later on we're going to have Gavin on set right here. But right now we have next to me Quentin Pearson, who is the fashion designer and owner of House of Pearson Designs. I'm a big fan of Quentin. I've modeled for him, I've promoted his work. I'm a huge fan because he's extremely creative. Now, Quentin was one of a larger delegation that just represented Guyana in China on a cultural excursion. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about his work and that experience over there, because China, I'm pretty sure there must have been a bit of a culture shock for you.
Definitely.
Right, so we're going to talk a little bit about that and his expectations for the local fashion industry. So welcome, Quentin. Thank you for being here.
Much. Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Alrighty, so you just came back from China.
Yes.
What was that like? First of all, how did you get there?
Oh wow, it's a journey. It was really an amazing journey. We were selected by, recommended by Miss Keen McCrae, and at first when I saw her message come through, I was completely shocked because I mean, you know, you're a fashion designer in Guyana and you're working hard every day, you know, trying to impress people with your designs, not thinking that you would get a call to go to China to showcase your work.
Right.
So it really was a great honor to be selected. We got there on the 21st of September. I traveled through Panama and Amsterdam. It took us 3 days to get there.
Right.
Myself and Miss Kay McLean, she's another designer. So yeah, it was a really great journey getting there, and the experience in China was amazing as well.
Right, it was a horticultural.
Yes, it was the International Horticultural Exhibition held in Beijing, China this year.
Okay, and before that, did you travel a lot? Because now you went to Amsterdam, you went to so many different countries.
I have traveled a bit in the Caribbean and in the States as well. I was there last year for the Caribbean Style and Culture,
Well,
which
I know that.
which you hosted,
We were there
yes.
together, but
so,
yes.
so yeah, I do have some experience traveling before.
Okay.
But China was definitely like one of my best
Right, so
experiences.
it's like tick that off your bucket list.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
So while you were there, did you meet any other designers, not from Guyana, but other Chinese designers, other designers from the Caribbean? What was your experience there?
Okay, so I did not meet Chinese designers. However, I did meet a lot of interesting Chinese people who love fashion, because I mean, China is like the nation of almost everything. They love fashion, they love technology, they're into these things and they appreciate it for what it is, you know. And that's one of the nicest things that stick with me is the kindness of the people there. They're so receptive and so positive, and they light your spirit up, you know. So that was interesting. I did meet Caribbean designers. Miss Ashley Martin, she is a Jamaican designer. She had some really amazing pieces for the show as well. So
I should have been wearing one of your pieces. You know,
definitely, we'll fix that for next time.
Okay, so you showed your line. Which line did you show? Was it a new line or?
Well, to be honest, I was hoping to showcase more pieces, but we were asked to showcase 3 pieces.
Oh.
So I
Show
showcased
snippets.
Yes.
Okay.
So I showcased 3 of my signature pieces, which is the jaguar, the gong that represents the
Yes.
jaguar. It was worn by Miss Treasure James in 2016 for the Miss World pageant.
I remember that dress.
Yes, and that was my first time designing for the Miss World pageant, and that was my first best gown for a pageant in Georgetown.
Right.
So that was pretty meaningful to me. So thanks, Treasure, for loaning me that gown.
Right.
Another gown I displayed was the daughter's dress for 2019's Modern Daughter pageant, the winners. I've designed for the Modern Daughter pageant 3 years in a row, which my delegates have won those pageants. So that was another piece that I showcased. And my third piece was a red evening gown worn by Miss Jerusha Farrell for the Miss Bartic Regatta pageant 2019.
Okay, so the next time we have you, we gotta get like a little, you know,
Oh,
gotta get some
definitely.
models here showcasing
Oh,
some of your
definitely,
stuff. But
definitely.
based on what I'm hearing, your designs win a lot of awards. When you go to pageants, you wear a Quentin Pearson design, you're bound to win something.
Hopefully,
Yeah?
hopefully. I
No,
hope
but has
so.
that's been the pattern?
It has,
Yeah? Okay.
yes,
Don't
definitely.
be afraid. It's very modest,
It
guys.
has.
Don't be afraid to say yes, especially if it's based on fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, so you one thing that I know about you and I admire about you is that you're one of the only designers in Guyana that I know practices couture designs. Could you tell us a little bit about what couture is? Because a lot of us
sure.
say couture, but it's not really couture.
Yeah,
but you actually study couture.
Yes.
You've done, so tell us a little bit about it.
So the truth is, being a couture designer is it's a tedious process. It takes years of training, and you have to be in the right place to be qualified to be a couture designer. So technically, I am not a couture designer, but I do aspire to be one of the first Caribbean couture designers. I believe they are couture designers from the Caribbean, but I'm not very familiar with them because they're already established. However, I do want to be the first couture designer for Guyana.
So your designs imitate couture?
Yes, yes. I would say that right now I use couture as the main inspiration for me reaching that goal.
Okay, so what differentiates a couture design from a regular design?
Okay, so couture basically means 90% handmade.
Okay.
It means 90% handmade. So, for example, a couture piece would be a piece that is completely draped by the designer by hand. It's pinned, it's carefully constructed by just using your hands, putting the pieces together, probably on a mannequin, a dress form, or the model itself. So that is basically what couture
Okay, where are you gonna go study couture, like officially?
Paris, hopefully, someday.
Paris, okay, want to China.
Definitely.
Paris is next.
Hopefully.
Why not?
Definitely.
It's not that
I would
far.
love to be there.
Okay. All right, so, and I've been following your Facebook activity, and I see that you have a show coming up.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that show?
Oh, sure. So I have been planning my fashion show for quite some time
Your
now.
first?
Yes, my
Yes.
first independent show. Over the years, I have participated in numerous fashion shows. Most of them have been charity events because I believe in giving back to my community.
Right.
I love supporting small and young entrepreneurs and their ventures. And so now I feel like it's time for me to do my own show because I want my brand to grow. I want it to elevate. I want to do much more, and I know that I can do much more. And so this fashion show is going to be like the first step in me being able to give more to Guyana. And hopefully my pieces can be recognized internationally, because I think Guyana right now is on the rise in terms of development, and as a young entrepreneur, I feel like I'm responsible to help in some way, especially in the arts and the fashion industry, to let people know that we are capable of greatness. And so my experience in China really encouraged me and really motivated me to get this done. And so I'm happy to say that my fashion show is launched. It will be held at the Ramada Hotel, Princess, February 15, 2020. More details are going to be coming soon,
Yes.
but we will have a red carpet. We're going to have persons coming, expressing themselves.
Right.
The theme for the show is basically creative freedom. I want people to be comfortable in what they wear, in their style. I want people to focus now on creating their own style instead of trying to follow the trends that are so common.
Right.
Because it's easy for us to get caught up in what is unique and what is trending and what is just, all over the place.
Okay, so I could probably bring you back on a little closer to the show.
Oh,
We
sure.
could have a giveaway of tickets and a
Definitely.
little fashion show.
Definitely, that sounds amazing.
And I'll buy one of your pieces.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so thank you very much, Quentin, for
You're
being
welcome.
here, and
No
we
problem.
will see you soon again on the Pepperpot.
Thank you
So
so
stay
much.
tuned again. We will have Gavin Mendonça and Jackie Jacks. Don't go anywhere.
Small is the
Welcome back, guys. So again, another video from Gavin Mendonza, and we have sitting right next to me Jackie Jacks and Gavin Mendonza himself. So excited to have these two young people here. They are no stranger to the entertainment industry. You know their music, you love them, you've heard from them so many times, and now they're here on the Pepperpot. So welcome, Gavin and Jackie.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, I thought we were supposed to open with a song.
Well, in that case, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe! Uncle Joe! Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You don't keep your conniving morning. When you've been a kurupong, you know been tell me morning. No, because your money done your hustle for tell me morning. When you had your pocket full, you now been tell me morning. No, because your money done your hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. You go keep your conniving morning. I don't need your conniving morning. Morning, Guyana.
I just love that song. I really, really do. The song itself, and it's really refreshing that in our generation we're keeping these songs alive. You know, we're carrying it another 10, 20, 30 years. So that's Gavin Mendonza for you, and Jackie on the backup. I was trying to, you know, but I'm not gonna shame myself with the professional people. So just like Quinton, you two were also part of the delegation that went to China.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that a little bit before we talk about your projects.
Yeah.
All right. So culture shock.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a culture shock for me, but for sure it was a very unique experience. On my first day in Beijing, I got the opportunity to ride around on a bicycle, and just to see everybody, the way they look at you, but not in a like a weird way, but more of a like we some magical unicorns from Mars. You know, it was a weird experience, but fun nonetheless. It was real cool.
Okay, Jackie.
It was a bit of a culture shock for me because I realized a lot of people in China, especially I guess the rural people that, you know, come to live in Beijing or they visit Beijing, they've never seen black people or foreigners. No, for real, like every single place I went, people were following me, taking pictures, stopping in the street, hiding their kids, like, oh my God. No, it literally was like that. So, you know, that was a culture shock for me. I've never experienced that, you know, to that degree. And then experiencing what I would call a first world country in terms of industry, and to see the flip side of that. Because the pollution in China, you know, it must be spoken about, because I heard about it, but I never experienced it, and I literally got sick. I was sick for the entire trip.
Really?
Right, while I was there, and I guess it was a bit of the traveling and the jet lag,
Right.
in addition to that. So that experience a human was very valuable to me, you know, not just as a singer.
I'm always amazed when people do talk about that, seeing people of color.
Right.
Shocked, because I'm thinking
Right.
in 2019, you know,
Right.
the internet and there's
No.
no.
No. No.
I'm always amazed. But yeah, that's interesting. I would like to go and experience it myself.
Yes,
at
you
some
should.
point. So there you got to play your music, and I
Yes.
actually saw you guys, you know, create history. You were
Right.
on the wall, Great Wall of China,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure there's no other Guyanese who done what you did. You played folk music
Right.
on the Great Wall
Right.
of China, the first and only Guyanese to have
Right.
done that.
Right.
But tell me about the response to your music when you played it, because of course, apart from looking different, it's a
Yeah.
different sound. So how was that?
I remember when we went to the exhibition site the day before the performance, we just went to do sound check. And the
Yeah.
place was empty, cleared
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But from the time we start singing and start playing the guitar, a mass of people just start rushing to the
Right,
stage.
right.
And this was just sound check, so we ended up putting on a little impromptu show. And
Right,
but
right.
they were very receptive
Right.
and interested in what we had to offer.
That's
Right.
true.
And very they participated a lot as well, you know. We handed out flags.
That's true.
They had Caribbean flags waving the whole time, little kids singing and dancing. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, it's like you're not dealing with Caribbean people or American people who have heard the music before or heard something like it before, so they were very excited. That was the response that we got in terms of our music. You know, we had their attention, full attention. They're like, "What is this? We've never heard this before. It's so different," and that made me feel like I was doing what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because somebody asked me recently in an interview about the artistic conflict with Guyanese and you know, us finding our own identity.
Right.
So, you know, being there and doing what I did, I sang Guyana, I sang my own song,
Saw
Slow
that.
Jam, Hold the Faith. You know, I sang my own music, and then I joined Gavin in his set, and we were doing some folk songs. So their response told me I was exactly where I needed to be, doing what exactly I needed to do.
Okay, so you also got a glimpse of the cultural aspect
Yes.
of China,
Right.
And did you get any part of their music industry, any hint of how
Not
their
much.
artists operated over there, or no?
Visual artists, not that
Visual
much
artists.
music artists, because we did a tour. We went to the Great Wall. We went to the Jade Garden, which they sell beautiful jade jewelry, and they have it crafted right there. And I saw a lot of paintings. So, you know, I was inspired in my own way. Like I told a few people while on the trip that I was shown what are the fundamentals of excellence.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Being in Guyana, we come from an extremely laid-back culture, and you know, unfortunately, I am now getting out of that mentality because I got the opportunity to travel.
Right.
So being in China, I saw that those people are so committed and dedicated to everything they do. If it's planting some flowers, they plant the best flowers that you've ever seen in their entire life.
Yeah, they're very disciplined.
Right.
Extremely
right. So it's
disciplined.
that drive, and I'm pretty sure you came away with that more than anything.
I did.
Okay, so those are your takeaways, but let's talk about your project. So now
Yeah.
that you're back home,
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty sure you're working on things. Gavin, you're always working on things. I actually have a CD of yours in my hand, Folk It Up, and I think you recently performed in Trinidad, was it?
So this is a new album I've just put out with myself and brother Chucky from Buxton Fusion.
Okay.
It was produced at Cross Color Records.
Right.
At the beginning of this year, we started the Folk It Up tour.
Right, okay.
Which starts right in Georgetown. We went to Linden and a couple other places, but the mission of that tour is to just inject folk culture back into Guyanese society. Because we look around, and especially among the younger generation, there's a huge lack of folk culture
Right.
in our schools, in our
Right.
education system, and in our daily lives. So we just want to implement that back into lives as little as we can. And we did the Link show back in, I think it was March. And one of the casts of the Link show saw what I was doing and said, Gavin, I got a book for you. And she brought a book of 100 Guyanese folk songs.
Wow.
And some of it in Carib, some of it in Patamona, indigenous languages as well. And the thing is, of those 100 songs, I only know about 20. So I can imagine other people
Right.
who don't know these songs. So me
Right.
and Chucky have made it our mission to record all 100 of these songs.
Including the ones in the other languages?
Because if I can represent Guyanese culture, it can't just be coastlandic folk songs. We have a rich indigenous culture, and you would have seen my film How to Build a Treehouse,
Right.
where I incorporated the use of Patamona language and folklore in the form of the legend of Kai.
Yeah.
So I want to truly be an ambassador to Guyanese culture all aspects of Guyanese society. So this is just volume 1 of 5, which we plan to record and release over the next few years.
Okay.
So prior to going to China, I had embarked on a Folk It Up tour USA, well, New York. I was in New York for a couple of weeks already. Me and Atasia, we collaborated on Ganja Money. So we've been flooding the open mic scene of New York City with Ganja Money. Like, these people were so receptive to our folk music. We became part of the community. And it was while I was in New York that I got the call from Keen, who said, "Hey, go to China and do the same thing."
Right.
And then I went back to New York and then to Trinidad before coming home, where I did some gigs at a primary school, which was amazing. 100 young kids, never heard these Guyanese folk songs before, but singing along, clapping as if it was their own. And then I reached out to a friend of mine, Nikosi Lane, who's at UE.
Yes.
And he put me on to the president of the Guyanese Students Association, and they ended up putting on a real impromptu overnight gig where about 30 Guyanese students and about 30 Caribbean students came together. We all sat in a circle on the grass and we sang folk songs, and it was a brilliant way to end the tour.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my mission is being accomplished, and as gathering young people to just to remember who we are as not as Guyanese but as Caribbean people,
Right.
and embrace their identity.
Right. What I like about you, Gavin, is for as long as I've known you, is that you're unapologetic about your Guyanese-ness. Now here you are, you're going all over the world, and there's not a hint of an accent, because you do know we have that tendency of kind of like being a chameleon when we go to these other countries, and here you are just being unapologetic and driven and passionate about spreading what is Guyanese to the world. And we're also seeing that Guyanese appreciate that. People appreciate that, and the Guyanese who are living abroad as well are glad to get that taste of home. And so I'm really appreciate that you're doing that, and I just want you to continue.
Thank you.
Right. So Jackie, what about you? You've been working on some things as well. We haven't heard from you a little bit for a while, but tell us a little bit.
You know you have heard from me a while, because she keeps up with me all the time. She's like, Jackie, last year, the year before, I appreciate you, truly.
Gotta check on my people.
Truly appreciate you. You really care. And Gavin, Gavin has done an exceptional job. Gavin, to me, he's spearheading what I would like to call the re-revolution, because it's something that has happened before. It's a part of our culture. It's just that we need a reminder sometimes of who we are. You know what I mean? And that happened for me personally, that I went on my own personal journey to find back myself. That's why I left the stage. So he played a very instrumental role as a creative in bringing me back to my identity, because I was on that journey personally. I didn't know he was on it too. You know what I mean? He was establishing his own. I was finding my own.
Right.
And so I left. I had to take time to myself to find out what kind of artist I am, what kind of person I am. So I'm back now. I have a collection of songs in December. Actually, on February 1st, 2020, I plan on releasing my first EP. It will be 6 songs. It's called El Dorado Gold. The first song will be released in December, and it's Brown Boy. The song is the EP is what I call my first compilation of classics. I call it that because I think it's music that will have a long-lasting effect. You know, my music that will have a long-lasting effect. It's Guyana, actually a new version of Guyana, the reggae version that everybody's been asking me for a faster version, like we want to play it in the dance hall. So it's Guyana reggae version. It's slow jam remastered. It's a new, and I have El Dorado Gold, which is a song that I wrote a year ago about the Guyanese woman. And all my music is a fusion of dancehall and R&B and hip hop and these different things. So you get the eclectic song that it will have, the project, and Brown Boy is one of the leading singles. Brown Boy is about life in Guyana. And I straight away, before I realized that this was my power, my strength, being Guyanese, just like how you just said it. This is what makes us unique and what makes us stand out in the world. And I already had the ingredients before. I believe I have some talent. I believe I have the talent. I had the delivery, I had the voice, but I did not have the unique standing point until now. So when this new project is released, not only will you hear different versions of how I've begun to use my voice, but I've started to incorporate a lot of musical culture into the music, as well for them. Okay. You know what I mean? Would you like us to give them a piece of Brown Boy?
Yeah. And you know, me and Jackie first linked up really at the Rupununi Music and Arts Festival.
Right.
Yeah.
And this last week I was part of this forum discussing the way forward for our cultural policy with regards to the creative industry. And we spoke about how important festivals are as a vehicle for cultural development in the country.
Right.
Because festivals not just focus on entertainment, but all aspects of culture, bringing people together, sharing the same space, living together, learning to appreciate and respect each other. And it was in the Rupununi, the heart of Guyana, that Jackie Jackson and I linked up for the first time on a stage. And we say, hey, look, well, I could play guitar and you could sing as a brown boy with a guitar, you know. And since then, we've developed a relationship that saw us now in China together. Coordinate this.
We did not coordinate anything.
You know, so with that in mind, this is an example of young people coming together for something magical.
And us taking the industry forward, because, you know, you'd asked me earlier about what I think, you know, where the industry is heading and all these different things. And my thoughts upon in the industry. I don't think we have necessarily industry. I think we have an idea of the framework we should create for an industry, and a lot of people are doing it individually, like myself, Gavin Cross, Color, Birchmore, Simon, Vision, Songs, Brutal Tracks, Dara Pugsley. Everybody's doing their individual thing. You have the media fraternity, you know, y'all are doing your part. And I think as long as we continue to collaborate and keep doing work, you know what I mean? Do not stop doing work. You know, when Gavin went to America, every day I saw him doing a different gig. And
he's very busy. I always see Gavin on the move.
Right. And networking and collaborating. And I think as long as we continue to do works, promote events, promote shows together, you know, do concerts and symposiums and all these different things, this is how the industry
and festivals, because you have the unique experience of having gone to quite a few festivals, and you can bring that. I look forward to you implementing that knowledge that you have.
I am one of the directors of the Rupununi Music and Arts Festival,
which happens next month.
Which happens in November. Unfortunately, we're not doing it in the Rupununi this year. We're bringing it to Georgetown, a GT Connection. So, but what we're doing is giving because what we try to do with the Rupununi Festival is encourage coastlanders to venture within.
Right.
And as literal as it is, venturing within is also within yourself as well. Let us find appreciation in everything local. So what we're going to be doing is bringing the vibes of the festival to Georgetown.
Right.
We got people from around the Caribbean, from the UK, from all over the world coming to Guyana to bring culture together. And there's going to be 2 days, and we could talk about it when I get more details.
Okay,
yeah. But Jackie Jackson will be one of the performers.
Of course. Okay, so Brown Boy, let's go.
All right, so visualize. We in Essequibo. It's a hot day. This girl, and she is on, you know, this boy is on the bicycle, and she's riding on the road, and they're living a quiet country life, yeah? And the breeze is blowing in the brown water, nice and salty still, and the sun is rising. Yeah. Guyana man, yeah. I saw me sing again, brown boy. I want. My little brown boy, my brown skin, Guyanese, man, me sing again, brown boy, medulla hen. I want to hold you closer, my boy, and tell you how I love you, my little brown boy. Now it's a nice dusky afternoon, right? And I tell you something like this. Early morning before sun dawning, me loving up, me cuddle up with my darling. 5 to 6 right before me alarm ring. I your name me calling. I've been around, I meet a lot of young boy. Me never meet another man like brown boy. When me down for I hit the ground, Gavin, you always turn me from upside down. Me say me snart sell you out for £1,000,000. The beat of my heart without you me drop down. When the lights go out, the 2 hour we lock down. You know my brown boy never pop down, so me sing again. Brown boy, my eye, I want to hold you closer, yeah, and tell you how I love you. My little girl, me Guyanese boy, Essequibo boy, Linden boy, me Berbice boy, West Side boy, East Side boy, Guyanese boy, me brown skin boy.
I love it. You know, fun fact, Jackie, you and I go all the way back to high school.
High school, yes.
Was I a prefect? No, don't answer.
Nah, she was a prefect.
But Jackie was singing all the way back then. We're talking 14, 13 years ago.
Yes.
A lot of time.
Yes.
Right? And your voice was just as powerful back then as it is now. It's gotten even more beautiful. And I just want you to just keep doing what you're doing because you have talent. Both of you have talent. Quentin has talent. I'm so proud of this generation because, like you said, it's just that we have to keep working.
We gotta keep
working.
working.
And as a fellow creative, you know, it really gives me some inspiration as well because I have my own projects that are on the back burner, and you know, it's really good to see you guys doing what you do. And I just want you to know you have my support, you have the Pepperpot support, you have the Guyana Chronicles support, and I hope they have your support as well. I think that, guys, this is a great note to end the show on. I hope that you join us on Friday at 8 a.m. We're gonna start on time this time. And just please, just come back and we have lots more in store for you. So this is Jasmine Payne checking out. This is Gavin. This is Jackie. And that was Quinton. Have a good day, guys.
Take care. Bye.
I'm Jasmine Payne, and I'm the editor of the Pepperpot magazine. For those of you who don't know, the Pepperpot magazine is the Sunday supplement of the Guyana Chronicle newspaper. And every week we bring to you a rich mix of stories of a wide section of people across the country. What we're doing now is we're bringing the Pepperpot magazine live and direct to you right here on Facebook every Monday and every Friday from 8 a.m. We're going to have interviews, guest speakers, tutorials, giveaways. It's going to be a lot of rich content that you would love to engage with. So be sure to join us every Monday and every Friday at 8 a.m. right here with me, your host. Hope to see you there.